Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. Kisumu is also fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country in case you are out of the republic. And by the way, it's long since you told me the name of your constituency. Let me know the constituency you are watching us from. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is Saba Saba Day. And Kenya Kwanza are actually scared, stiff. And there are three signs which tells you that Kenya Kwanza is actually scared of tomorrow. The first sign is the move by William Samoei Arap Ruto to sneak out of the country to Comoros and again to DRC. He was supposed to go to Comoros, which was earlier planned. Then he was supposed to return later in the evening. But instead of coming into the country, William Ruto will be going to DRC. So that's the first sign. The second sign is basically the heavy deployment of security around Nairobi. And that is going to form the basis of this analysis. So just hold on a bit. I want to explain to you guys the strategy behind the heavy deployment of security by Kenya Kwanza government ahead of Saba Saba Rally. Because those who are in Nairobi are reporting that they saw unprecedented number of police vehicles, unprecedented number of those water cannons moving around Nairobi, actually heading to Kamkunji. And the third sign that these guys are scared is the propaganda wing of Kenya Kwanza. There is a statement which I read from the alleged Hustler Nation Intelligence Bureau. And they are trying to come up with the propaganda which actually is not selling. Let me just briefly go through that Hustler Nation Intelligence Bureau. They are saying that the Hustler Nation Intelligence Bureau agents are reporting. By the way, I'm going through this, then we focus on our analysis. It says the Hustler Nation Intelligence Bureau agents are reporting that, number one, after an early morning meeting between Raila Odinga at Kararapono home between former President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga today, a secret emergency meeting was called by Azimio. You see, Raila Uhuru meeting is nothing new, and it can't be secret. And it says that they have attached some SMS, which means one of the MPs probably who received an SMS to attend a meeting to organize this event shared with them. And they are saying the meeting was convened and chaired by former President Uhuru as Azimio chair. Party leader Raila Odinga was in attendance. You know, just total contradiction. You can't say number two, Uhuru chaired Raila. In any Azimio meetings, as long as Uhuru Kenyatta is there, then Uhuru will chair. But Uhuru Kenyatta was not, there was nothing like this particular meeting. That one I can assure you. And they are saying attendees had to leave their phones in their cars and were searched on entry to ensure they were not carrying any recording equipment. Very funny people there. And they are saying attendees told the Hustler Nation Intelligence Bureau agent that Uhuru was visibly angry and expressed himself in what they say was a bitter tone. You know, why would Uhuru be hungry? Uhuru is just someone who is enjoying himself in retirement. I don't even think that Uhuru Kenyatta is actually bothered by whatever is happening in the country. And they are saying, this is where it's funny now. The meeting started with a declaration that they must quickly start the process of removing Ruto from power. You see, Eugene Wamalwa talked about this process almost 2 weeks ago. In Azimio's presser yesterday, Azimio also indicated through a statement which was read by Raila Odinga, and I analyzed here, that they are going to begin the process of collection of signatures to remove William Ruto out of office. So there's nothing new. You know, these guys are just coming up with theories. Let me just proceed. And they're saying that consequently, order were given to register 6 domain names that go live at midnight. Ndio akina Itubi have no chance to bring them down. You see, very funny thing, very funny. They are saying the website that will be duplicated has one goal: to publicly collect signatures to remove William Ruto. Even Okoa Kenya had website. UDA has website for recruitment. ODM party has a website for recruitment of members. So if Azimio wants to collect signatures through online, then you can't say that's something new, you know. And they're saying that Raila will be the main principal in Nairobi. The rest were sent to counties and would lead in demos to show countrywide support. Martha Karua was absent, even as reports of a fallout between Karua and Wairia begin leaking. You know, they're now creating something which is funny. So if you go through this, probably and lead, I don't want to waste a lot of my time, and it's signed by someone called Peter Tariz, the guy who normally posts things from Chat GTP, and someone called Patron Kaba Methu, Senator. Very interesting update. So it just shows you how desperate these guys are. But why would Kenya Kwanza deploy such kind of heavy security on their citizen? That is what I want us to look at here. Before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And without any further ado, let us dive in. Why do you think Kenya Kwanza is keen on deploying unprecedented number of security on Saba Saba? The answer to that is because they are scared. And you all know that Saba Saba, the original Saba Saba, which took place in 1990, took place when Moi was the president of the Republic of Kenya. William Ruto was a key player in Daniel Moi's government at that time. Rigathi Gachagua was a key player in that particular government. So for them, they can only use the tactics which Moi used in the 90s to try and stop Azimio's whatever. Demos, I don't think it's going to be a demonstration. Yeah, what I've gathered is that what Azimio intends to do is that they intend to have very peaceful demonstrations outside Nairobi. And then in Nairobi, they're just going to have a rally. They just want to have a big rally. And that big rally is going to begin the beginning of the collection of signatures. And those signatures will lead to what they are going to call a referendum. And that referendum probably is, I don't know how they're going to do it, but let us wait and see. Because for me, I'm seeing a lot of weaknesses in that strategy, which probably I'll do analysis about tomorrow. But why would they employ heavy security? Number one, the strategy is simple: to scare Azimio supporters from attending the rally. You know, the history of this country is well documented, that when there is anything called demonstrations, it's always turned violent. You see, like last week, was it last week or early this week, Azimio held a rally in, was it in Kamkuji or somewhere? And it just went on well. Nothing, nobody interrupted them. People went home, nobody reported any looting, no more. But this one now, because it was announced and publicized, these guys fear that the turnout is going to be high. And at this particular time, based on the state of economy and many other factors, they do not want a situation where Kenyans turn out in large numbers. The world will know. It will send a strong signal to the country and to the international community. So they want to scare Azimio supporters by releasing those water cannons, by releasing those Mariamus, by releasing all those police vehicles within Nairobi. So that if you are planning to attend the rally and you see the heavy security, you just get scared. I'm sure right now in the streets of Nairobi, they are busy walking around just to scare people. So for me, the strategy is to scare people. Number two, I tend to think that the other strategy is to try to block Azimio leaders from accessing the venue. Once you lock them from accessing the venue, the event will not take place, the launch of the signature collection will not take place. And this is a strategy which I think Moi used in the 90s. Whether it can work in the 20th In 2000, I'm not so sure. But that's something which, in my view, they're planning to do. Stop Azimio leaders. The rally will be in Kamkunji, people will go there, but you block Azimio leaders from accessing the venue. Azimio leaders will attempt to leave their wherever, where they'll be hiding or whatever, from different places. Then you block them from accessing the venue. By blocking them from accessing the venue, Rigathi Gachagua will celebrate. Kenya Kwanza will celebrate. But Azimio will be crying because they shall have not achieved their objective. So that's a strategy. Whether it's going to work, I don't know. Because one thing I know for sure is that Azimio will also make attempt to access that Kamkunji. Number 3, in my view, is just a show of might. I think Rigathi Gachagua is obsessed with trying to exercise raw power, which is in his hand. And because William Ruto is out of the country, I think, in fact, that could explain why William Ruto sneaked out of the country, so that he can allow Rigathi Gachagua to deal with Raila Odinga the way he dealt with Raila Odinga when Ruto was out, the last Mandamano, the way he dealt with Uhuru Kenyatta, so that William Ruto will not be blamed. And it's actually a psychological warfare. You unleash the police, you show might. Those who come along the way get you, those who fail, yeah. But the fact is they want to prove who has power. Number 4, it's also a strategy to create chaos. So that Azimio supporters will be leaving their homes for rally, will leave knowing so well that chaos might erupt. So if you'll be going to that rally, definitely you'll put on your sports shoe. You leave your everything at home. Then you go for the rally in anticipation of chaos. So definitely, it's documented in this country that the people who normally cause chaos during these rallies are the police. So if you deploy them strategically to scare people, to show might, and to block Azimio leaders from accessing the venue, what do you think will happen? The system or the deep state will hire another bus on Ngong Road and burn it. They'll target businessmen. And once they target those businessmen, they'll go there. They'll interfere with their businesses and blame on Azimio. That is the strategy. And lastly, I think it's also an early warning to Azimio leaders about what to expect. So these guys are not hiding anything. They're just telling Azimio, okay, you have your rally, okay, come, we'll be waiting. I don't know what you think. Do you think the use of force is necessary? For me, I don't think so. Kenya Kwanza should just let Azimio conduct their rallies and go home. There's nothing much which is going to come out of the rally. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.